Hey, I'm Ryan with Front End Audio, and this is the PRE169 from HLabs, and we're going to take a look at it out of the box. Being that this is our out of the box series, we're going to go over the functions, features, what it sounds like, our opinions, and when we get the chance to do a demo, we will have links to that up here and in the description below. But for now, let's look at the unit itself. What you have here is a 2-channel microphone preamp in a single 1U rack mount enclosure. The thing to note is that these preamps are the same exact circuit, the same exact preamps that are in their 500 series version. And we have an out-of-the-box overview video on that as well. You can click the link up here and in the description to check that out. But you have 2 channels of microphone preamp that are based on the classic Studer 169 recording console. And both channels are the exact same. You have an input gain, and next to the input gain you have a high gain switch. So when it's out, you're adjusting standard gain. When it's engaged, you have high gain, which will give you a boost up to 65 dB, which is perfect for ribbon microphones and other passive systems. You also have your output trim, and like with all microphone preamps that have an output trim and an input gain, right? You can, in fact, less input, more output, cleaner sound, more input, less output, will give you more saturation. But this is designed to be a very hi-fi, linear, and musical sound where there's not anything accentuated or scooped. So even when you're pushing this into saturation, it's a gentle, soft clip saturation, so it doesn't get harsh or gritty or nasty or anything like that. It really maintains its musicality. Then we have our phantom power, our phase invert, and our pad. And then next to that, we have our variable high-pass filter with the button to engage or disengage that. And you have a cut from 20 Hertz all the way up to 315, so perfect for recording drum overheads. And then you have a standard 1/4-inch TS instrument input for your DI. Same thing on the second channel. And then you have your power switch over here, and that is the faceplate. On the rear of the unit, you have XLR inputs and outputs, and next to the outputs, you have your ground lift. So if you have noise issues from a ground loop, you can take that out of the chain and clean up that noise. And then you have your IEC power cable input. This power supply is universal, 100 volts to 240 volts at 50 to 60 Hertz. So no matter where you are in the world, you can utilize this. It's also surprisingly at a very reasonable price point, so anybody from a home studio guy or gal all the way up to a pro studio can grab these and bring that classic, Studer console of yesteryear sound to their modern studio. And for me, I think that this is great on drums because drums really accentuate the dynamics and linearity of this preamp. There's good punch and detail, so this really does, I think, accentuate drums very well. It's great on any sound source. I just found that I really like the way it brought out the flow and the clarity and dimension on drums. But wonderful for vocals and synths. I mean, with the DIs here, you can throw some cool synths or pads through this and really just kind of get this nice. The musicality to it just takes the edge off of transients. It takes that sharpness off, so you get like good detail, but it's nice to listen to. It's never piercing. And that was one of my favorite things about it. These utilize a very cool and unique Neutrik-made input transformer, which is not really widely used, but it's a very high-end, very linear transformer, so a very cool high fidelity transformer. And then you have this big honking tordial transformer on the output, which is where the musicality comes from, and just a pleasure to listen to. So for more information on the PRE169, all the great products brought to you by HLabs, and for all your pro audio needs, please do check us out on the web at frontendaudio.com. Thank you.